I'd like to spend a few minutes and offer some relationships around the situation with teacher cheating, which was rather prominent in the news not too long ago. If we begin with a situation where the desired test scores are larger than the actual test scores, creates a gap, and that gap is the basis for action to improve student capability. The difficulty is that it takes time to actually improve the student capability and raise the test scores. And being the impatient people that we tend to be, and because of the nature of what's riding on the improvement of the test scores, so that the powers that be also offer threats of punishment and promise of rewards associated with improving those test scores, so that those threats of punishment and promise of rewards creates a sense of urgency, which pushes on the actions to improve student capability. But the reality of the situation is the delay is there. I mean, there are certain things that you can't compress too much. I mean, you can't figure out how to have 9 women have a baby in 1 month. I mean, it takes time. So in order to deal with this urgency, because of the threat of punishment, what happens is that there's a propensity for cheating to actually raise the test scores, which reduces the gap so that the goal is achieved and the people involved are not punished, and those who are in a position to be rewarded get rewarded if they get away with it. In addition to this, what happens is that the gap also provides a pressure to revise the goals themselves, so that if the goals are revised downward, that also decreases the gap. So there's a couple of forces in play here. One, to actually find some shortcut way of achieving the goal, and providing pressure to reduce the goal itself, which is sort of a drifting goals archetype, which happens in numerous situations. In addition to that, the pressure to revise the testing infrastructure also provides pressure to revise the goals so that you measure what's easy, and therefore reducing the desired test scores, which then makes the whole situation easier. So that there's a whole set of relationships that come into play. And while this is about teacher cheating, this situation itself occurs in lots of different contexts, whereby establishing a set of goals and promising rewards or threatening the people involved if they do or don't meet the goals, people end up being extremely creative and they will find ways to achieve the goal. It's just not likely that they will achieve them in the way that you wanted them to. And if those involved had spent time and actually read Alfie Kohn's Punished by Rewards, they would have known that they were setting themselves up for failure to begin with. So this particular set of relationships is very insightful in terms of providing a sense of what is likely to happen when you push on the system and demand that it deliver something in a time frame that is really not feasible, or in a manner that's not feasible, and people find a way to work around it. So this perspective is actually an element of the Perspectives Foundation of Understanding and Insights for Effective Action project, and you're invited to join the project by sending your Kumu username to systemswiki@gmail.com. And if you don't have a Kumu username, you can go ahead and get one at kumu.io/signup. For each of the perspectives that are being developed for this project, there's an opportunity to go ahead and interact with the model, watch this video, and contribute to the discussion that we're using as a basis for actually evolving the understanding around this model. So hope you'll join us soon, and I'll see you in another project or another perspective relatively soon. Bye.